Hey, it's your girl Q. I'm over here just talking, talk, and I didn't even press live. Um, yo, we are having technical difficulties, as we speak. So this morning and since afternoon, we did wake up with Q. It was fun. It was great. We're laughing, all giggles. I don't know why it did not upload onto YouTube. Well, here's the thing. Technically, it did upload on YouTube, but it's saying that uploader took down video. I didn't take it down, and DJ's at work. He ain't taking down nothing. And y'all should know DJ. He doesn't do that. He's like, hey, we posted. It's okay. It's gonna be fine. I think that since we have been having problem with the internet over the weekend, including yesterday, um, I think our internet service is slowing down a little bit, or they're having a hiccup. And don't mind this. I blew dry. I want a blonde dry. I blew out my hair. Okay, to get all the knots and nicks up out of it. So don't worry about it. Um, I did try to re-upload it, and for some reason, me re-uploading this morning's live, it's not working. It's not StreamYard. I'm blaming our internet on this one. So if I cannot re-upload it as of tonight, then it, which means the video is just going to be scrapped. Okay? It's going to be scrapped. It's okay. I will do wake up with Q. I will wake up super early. Some of y'all might not see wake up with Q until a little later. I will wake up at 6 a.m. and I will set the live for 6:30 a.m. I will go live. We'll wake up with Q. It'll just be more motivational stuff. I'm trying. Alright, y'all. But enough with that. How are you doing? How's your weekend been? And let's talk reality TV with Cube, you know. Let's talk about this. Like I said earlier this morning, if you're enjoying, we're just gonna discuss shows. We're not gonna go too in depth on it. I just got finished watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Hold on, y'all. Kush. I know y'all about to say Q's over here playing with her hair. Yeah, I'm doing this because want my I do want to go back to see my braider, but I'm trying to make sure that it's long enough. Cause they're like, if it's like not a good 3 inches, they can't grip it. So also, y'all. Also, this is giving me a view of how the top is looking. Anyway, let's get into the show. So I just want to talk about it all because we have had we've had so many shows. And remember before it went off air, we had Potomac, and then following Potomac, we have Married to Medicine. With Married to Medicine, we have The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Following that on Bravo, we also do have Denise Richards show. Also, prior before Denise Richards show, we had Southern Charms. So I just wanna talk about each because Beverly Hills season finale is on Wednesday. Okay. Southern Charms, they have already had their season finale. Their reunion is going to be on Thursday night, technically Fridays when I will see it. Married to Medicine, their reunion is tonight. Watch it tomorrow. And Atlanta just got started. Um, and we'll see how these newbies work out because I do like it. I agree with my girl Larger Curbs that no offense, I think the show would have still been better if Phaedra wasn't there because Phaedra, you toxic, sweetheart. You were toxic. I mean, remember y'all, I was all about Phaedra Parks, but now that I see how she did our girls over there with Married to Medicine, it just ain't working. Okay. Before y'all ask me, Q, did you eat? I did. I did. I did. I want to make me a bacon, egg, and cheese and tomato sandwich. Cause my stomach. And y'all, it wasn't any type of bacon. It was turkey bacon. Cause this morning your girl really wasn't gonna eat. Real. I was gonna have the yogurt, but the yogurt was like out of date. I need to go check my other yogurt though later on. But anyway, back on topic. We have had so many shows. When it gets down to TLC, there are a lot of shows. There's a show that I'm not gonna cover uh anymore, and that's Welcome to Plaxville. Not covering that. Not covering it. Not happening. So we also have Sister Wives. We have um gosh, we have so many shows. There's a lot that's on TLC. The new show that's coming that we all get to see, watch, and enjoy. It's called Poly Family. Allegedly, this show is supposed to take over Sister Wives. TLC is supposed to see if this show can even make it past season one. Um, we will see. Also, allegedly, Cody and Robin are trying to seek another sister wife. We already know that her thing's not going to work out or rock. Um, but that's right there. Um, I need y'all to start paying attention to these lives because there's going to be different versions that you get of me. Um, like the movie version that I'm going to actually use Tuesdays, which is normally my reality tea with, which is normally Let's Talk Reality Tea with you. Sorry, y'all. Um, normally I have that. Okay, that right there is going to take the place. Um, we're still doing the whole movie thing. Also, following that, somewhere reading with DJ is going to be in. So I'm just kind of filling in the blanks because yeah. For y'all, for once who want to know, Q, are we still talking about reality? Yeah, I'm getting sidetracked to kind of like help some of y'all out. But anyway, let's get into this. Um, First thing that I want to talk about um is Southern Charms. Is Southern Charms. I want to talk about it because I feel like that, and y'all can tell me in the comment section if I'm wrong. I feel like that um JT was playing both Vanita and Ali, which is his ex-girlfriend. Ali was over on Instagram talking about that she's got receipts, that Vanita been on that she was in the picture, and everybody's like, show the receipts, show the receipts. And at the same time, Ali, I want you to understand. Let me move this back just a little bit. Um, I want you to understand that JT was playing you both. JT loved you, loved you because past tense, you aren't together. And he also had loved Vanita, which he still does love Vanita. If y'all pay attention to his feeds on Instagram or his posts, he wants the friendship back with both girls, and that's just not happening. Let me tell you something, JT. When you're in a relationship with a woman talking about that you don't want to be a player and you want to show Southern hospitality, you should have told Vanita, hey, Vanita, um, as much as it's going to hurt me to say it, I don't have feelings like the way how you think that I have feelings for you. The feelings that I have for you is as a friend, and the connection that you and I have cannot be had. I want to see if it's going to work out with my girlfriend. And that means that you and I can no longer, will no longer be. If he would have said that to Vanita, Vanita would have looked at him, walked off, and said, okay. I gotta realize that Vanita is a pretty girl. Vanita can get any man she wants. Technically, I feel like that Vanita needs to be over there on Summer House. That's my opinion. Technically, I feel like that Vanita needs to be on Summer House because the industry that Vanita's in, I feel like that she would do so much better if she was like in New York or California or somewhere like that. I'm just saying that's my opinion. Um, as far as Craig and his girlfriend goes, I feel like that technically the relationship that they have or had that Craig and his girlfriend had, we all thought that they would eventually go get married. Hi, the pop culture green room. Hi, how are you? I thought that Craig and his girlfriend would possibly get married. Even though she wasn't yet ready for it, I just thought by her sticking by his side, waiting on him, being patient, I thought that they would get married. Me too. The pop culture green room said I thought they would that they would possibly get married too. Exactly. I thought that they would get married. Yeah, all right. So you know how us fans get. We start planning stuff in our heads. They're going to get married, have this fabulous wedding, have like 4 or 5 kids, and they commute back and forth between New York and Charleston. The pop culture green room says that's what I was thinking, but I could see her pulling back more and more. I could see it too, but I thought that she was pulling back, in my opinion. I feel like that she was pulling back because Craig is older and she's looking at her career and she just didn't want to rush into it. That's what I thought. Yes, she's young, but at the same time, after she voiced her opinion that she didn't want to move to Charleston, she wants to be close to her mom when she has kids and get married. I feel like that, Craig, your parents are what, retired? Or they're still working? I'm pretty sure your parents would not have mind commuting in the same way with her mom. Hey, y'all get stable in New York or California. I don't care. Get stable somewhere to where it's an easy commute. Paige definitely doesn't want to move to South Carolina. That I do remember her saying. Because she said, I want to stay close to my family. I don't want to move to South Carolina. Commuting was fine. Even though, Craig, you wound up building a house for her, you, and your future children. Sometimes there's got to be a yin to a yang. And I think that her being the yin to your yang, long distance, just wasn't working. I'm not saying that everybody can't do long distance. I'm saying that long distance works for some people. Not all, just some. Now, as far as Austin and his girlfriend goes, from my understanding, they're still together. They're not in a rush. Look here, they're not rushing for marriage. They're not rushing to move together. They ain't rushing to start popping out no babies. They're a type of couple I like. They go with the flow. All right. Now I like that. Having y'all, that's technically DJ and I, but technically I get a little bit more than what technically more. I get more than what DJ thinks because you know. And if y'all don't know, if y'all some of y'all don't hear me say it every now and then on my morning live, depending on it, I don't mind saying DJ. Remember, I still got your card on file when it gets down for Amazon. And that just being me. That's me being cute and quirky, okay? But I like that couple. Now I feel bad for Shep and his ex girl. Here's the thing, okay? Okay, follow me. So Shep and his supposed to be girlfriend at that time, because they're exes, she really didn't take it as them being together. But before she hopped on Shep, she hopped on Whitney. When I say hop, I don't mean having sex. I mean hitting the inbox. Whitney, in turns, does not want anything to do with her, nor is interested in her, so goes over to the friend. All right. I think that Shep's ex girlfriend. Uh, okay, I'm not gonna say ex girlfriend. I'm gonna say situation. I'm gonna say Shep in that situation with that girl, because it seems like that she hops to one wealthy guy to the next wealthy guy and just trying to, climb her way up the ladder. Okay. It's almost like having that popular cheerleader who hops on every Tom, Dick, and Harry who is a star player in school. Okay. Shep, I'm happy that you saw the light. Okay. I'm saying this. I'm happy that you saw the light. The reason why I say that um she was like that one popular cheerleader who hops on every jock and every star player on a team is because she inboxed Whitney first. Whitney turned her down. Okay, well, you can't say she wasn't a fan because um she was a fan. Okay, she couldn't get to Whitney, so she went to you, Shep. How many more guys other than you do you think she was talking to? because you can't say that you were the only guy. You cannot tell us that the situation with you and this girl, you were her number one priority. Because if you were her number one priority, when you called her, she would have picked up. When you text her, she would have texted back. When you started blowing up her phone, she would have answered. You were jumping through hoops and she wasn't. She pretty much almost about left you and the rest of the cast there at the airport while you're blowing up her phone. And shut, even though you have done the women in your life bad, wrong, stepped out, cheated, infidelity, all the nicks in the books, you still do deserve love. Do I think that this girl was someone that just came along to teach you a lesson? Yes. Now you see that you don't like being played, disrespected, uh, left in the dark, and feels like that you're not being loved. I hope that you take what she taught you as a life lesson. Now, do I think Shep can go out there and find Mrs. Right? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Most definitely, yes. I just think that this girl entered into a situationship hoping and thinking that he was wealthy enough and her, I guess, I'm not even gonna say I guess. I'm gonna say allegedly thinking that, hey, he's gonna fly me X, Y, and Z. Understand that Shep is a trust fund baby. Excuse me. Whew. Yes, Shep does have a trust fund, y'all, but Shep himself is still also a businessman. He owns a couple of things, like a couple of smaller businesses and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna go too hard on Shep because Shep, I think we were. I'm not gonna say I think. I have a feeling that we're all rooting for you because I I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping that this girl would turn Shep's heart and Shep would marry her. But after watching the attempts that Shep that you made to try to get with this girl, um, I'm sorry that she broke your heart. And none of us wanted to see Shep go down the way how he did. Understand that Shep did fall hard for her. He was talking about marriage, babies. Okay? I've never heard Shep say to any girl, I could see myself marrying you, growing old with you, us having some kids, possibly me moving out here to the Caribbean islands. I've never I mean, yeah, y'all Shep is 40 some odd years old or 40 years old, and we talking about, look here, he's ready to settle down, he's ready to be a man. And for her to go off and just stab him in the heart like that, But I hope, Shep, that the next girl that you get with, that y'all are actually on the same emotional connection. Because you will know when she's the one for you. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you that right there. Let's move on to Madison, and y'all should know that Madison, she's pregnant. She's very much pregnant. I'm so happy for her and her husband. I'm gonna say that Madison, she started calling out a lot. Now y'all know Madison. I feel like that Madison, to this point, she is the queen of making these guys own up to their stuff. All right, she's the queen to it. Bravo. When are we gonna give Madison? And I'm not talking about like the crown, like she's not main cast. Madison is main cast. I mean, when are we gonna actually present her with a crown? I mean, come on, y'all. Madison, she's also my girl. I freaking love her. Um, Madison wound up calling JT out. Also wind up. T- that's what it is. Also wind up helping mend the relationship between Craig and Austin. Okay? I'm gonna tell y'all this. Madison isn't gonna let anybody anybody come between her relationship when it gets down to her husband, her kids, her family. And she's not going to put up with disrespect when it comes down to Miss Pat. She's not. When I say Miss Pat, y'all, Miss Patricia. Miss Patricia. I say Miss Pat because Miss Pat is short for Patricia. She stands 10 toes down. And if JT thinks that the reunion, that Madison is going to let him walk all over Bonita, that right there ain't even going to play out. Actually, actually, I know Bravo has putting it out. There's been little scenes coming through of the reunion, and Bonita's gonna say, "Grab my look here. Where's my phone? I got receipts. Okay, I got. She has receipts. So I can't wait for that. I do want to talk about Madison and JT's relationship outside of social media, outside of the show. I don't think that they have a relationship. I follow both JT, Madison, Vanita, and some of the other cast. The only ones that I know that's still following JT is um Shep, Craig, and some of the other guys. Austin's not following him. Austin's done with him. Um, but let's talk about that for a minute. I want to talk about Madison and the whole JT situation. Can I once again give applause because Madison, you are the queen of making a man own up to his BS. Okay. Um, their first sit down conversation that they had, um, JT, you implied that Madison's husband thought that she was cheating on him with you. No, sir. Like Madison said, she wanted to let her husband know that there was other people in the room. And then you kept making these implements. And then when y'all go to the Caribbeans, you and her have a sit down talk and you apologize. You're supposed to be on good terms. Realize that Madison, she forgives easily, but she's not the one to forget. And I feel like that the moment JT you opened up your mouth about that situation, and then rumors allegedly it was said that you called Miss Pat a B, Miss Patricia a B. But since there was no audio, I'm gonna tell you something. This is what I go by. No audio, no proof. So this is allegations that you said that and that Craig was around. I don't know the way how you JT the way how you were moving around with the women makes me now think that you possibly said it, but you said it off camera when there wasn't any audio or when you did storm off or whatever the case may be. So when it gets down to Miss Madison LaCroix, uh, I believe her word over yours. Y'all give me two. Okay, I'm back. Um, Look here. Madison doesn't even follow JT. I feel like that this season of Southern Charms, it was followed by heartbreak, breakups, a lot of mess being started by one person, and then that other girl. All right, so there are two girls on this show. I cannot remember their names, but one is dating the other one's ex. And for some reason, she feels like that she's an outsider or whatnot. And it's just toxicity. Okay? I'll look at it like this. If you're going to say that you are with somebody's man, just say it. And if that person doesn't like it, which I'm not saying she didn't say it, because this girl did say it, and the girl also did feel like that she was in love with him, and you're meeting the girlfriend, the now girlfriend, y'all should I look at it like this. Y'all shouldn't be beefing like that. The ones who's with the girl's uh ex-boyfriend, whatnot, your man needs to literally, I'm sorry, y'all. Your man literally needs to come on the show and just be like, no, I don't want to hang out with them. No, no, no. Like I think we only saw him like a couple of times. Yeah, my ears itching. Um, and the actor was about it. The actor was just about it. Hey Dakota, can you bring me some Benadryl, please? That. Benadryl, please. The cream or the pill, baby girl. Okay. Thank you. For your ask you, why do you need Benadryl? I'm allergic to grass, y'all. Don't ask me how I survive with being around grass. I'm allergic to grass, and as I'm getting older, it's starting to get a little bit more irritating. Thank you. Hmm. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like this. If you're going to come on the show knowing that this guy got a whole girlfriend, got a whole ex-girlfriend, y'all should be able to have a civil talk. I mean, it's simple. Just have a civil conversation. Like, y'all don't have to be BFFs, but well, yeah, BFFs. But just have a civil conversation. As long as she's not messaging him, and y'all have that, connection, then so be it. All right. Okay. I know y'all probably gonna. Some of y'all who are gonna watch be like, "Dang, Q is just moving around a little bit too much." Are you okay, Q? I'm how can I put to it? I'm angsty. I'm antsy, and I don't know why. Okay. So we. Sorry for the ones who are watching y'all. If y'all see me like this, I apologize. Um, but yeah. For the rest of it, I think that the show was pretty good. Um, I'm not rating Southern Charms until after the reunion. Okay? Once again, I'm not giving Southern Charms a rating until after after the reunion. Okay, but let's move on. Alright, y'all. Let's move on to a different show. Let's talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills since I just got finished watching it and now I'm all caught up, okay? So with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, y'all, Sudden, if you don't start having Garcelle's back, you're gonna lose her as a friend. Okay? And Erica shut it. Talking about that we don't know what Garcelle had. What she had was like in the earlier, later 2000s. We don't know who she's sleeping with. And we don't know who you sleeping with either. We don't know if you still doing the old man or not. Okay? We don't know if you're still rocking with Tom Girardi or not. What you talking about that you'll never get married again, all this other type of mess. Okay? How am I supposed to know if you never gonna get married again? How are we all supposed to know this? Okay? So shut it. At times, y'all, I think that Erica is envious of Garcelle because Garcelle has been with famous people, wealthy men who have money. At times, that's what I think. I think at times Erica gets jealous because Garcelle may or may not have as many bodies as she has. All right? Because that body count goes up. And we all know our body counts. Now, I'm not giving out my body. Well, I technically already did in the past video, but anyway. Um, but Erica, we really don't know too much about you. We know that that you're been in this case when it gets down to Tom Girardi, and I'm with everybody else. What happened to the earrings? Because for ones who don't know, I know I'm switching real quick. For ones who don't know, the reason why Erica cannot divorce Tom is because if she does divorce Girardi, they can prosecute her. Because understand this, she stays married to Tom, her lips stay zipped, mouth closed. Okay? And whatever happens to Tom happens to Tom. So I don't know where you get off talking about we don't know who Garcelle is sleeping with. Look here, we don't know who you sleeping with either, Erica. But for some reason, Erica, you like to push boundaries. Remember, you already pushed that boundary when it got down to one, technically two of her sons. Don't do it again. And this whole that you feel like that Sutton and Erica, no, my bad, that Sutton and Garcelle hasn't brought anything to the table this year. BS. Work ethics and all. We don't know where, technically, Erica, we don't know where you're getting the rest of your money from because after the season ends and whatever they show, that's what you get paid for. Other than, the shows that you're doing or the Broadway stuff. So please, lay up off my girl Garcelle Bouvet. Just because she wanted to know about Erica, you done made me mad. She done made me mad. Excuse me. Because us she wanted to know about, the girl. And I just had her name too. Um that cow scene. Okay? But understand this. Hold on. I'm back. Morgan. There we go. And Morgan, and so for you not to have her back on that, like understand that from what I saw this final episode, Garcelle is like, I'm thinking about that. I really need to rethink my friendship with Sutton. Understand if Sutton, if Garcelle rethinks that, and understand this, y'all. Technically, Garcelle don't even need the show. Because Garcelle has her own money. Garcelle is working. Okay? Technically, Garcelle, sweetheart, you don't even need the show. Okay? But you come back because fans asked you to come back and we appreciate it. If Garcelle ever decides to leave the show on her terms, sudden you are without a well, I take that back. You would be without someone nearby if if Jennifer Tills or Jennifer Tilly decides to either come back or to leave the show, depending if Bravo brings her back. But if they both leave, sudden you are on your own. And understand this. The reason why, because some of y'all probably wondering, well, why is Erica being so nice? Her and, Garcelle seem like to be on good terms. Okay, understand this. Out of that whole entire group, when it gets down to Denise Richards, yes, Denise Richards has been around Kyle Richards. Yes, there was loyalty formed. Yes, it is the industry of actors and acting. But her loyalty, Denise Richards' loyalty is really to Garcelle. There's been episodes where, she's thinking that Denise would come, but Denise has her own stuff or just wouldn't show, and everybody would be like, you see, you see, you see. Well, when Denise started showing, it started shutting people up. And Denise probably didn't show because, hey, it's the cameras are going to be here. She didn't want to be around certain people. Let Garcelle pick up that phone and call Denise Richards. Hey, Denise. Hey, Garcelle. What's going on? I got a problem with such and such. And me and her, we just ain't cool no more. Hold on. We need to have a sit down girl talk. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. All right, cool. Bet. Out of Garcelle and Sutton, Denise will pick Garcelle 100%. Garcelle versus Erica Girardi. Denise Richards would still pick Garcelle. They're besties, y'all. And understand this, y'all. Lisa Rinna and freaking Denise Richards, they're never gonna be friends. They're never gonna be friends. Never ever going to be friends. So Sutton Strat, if I were you, this whole trying to be buddy buddy up, I feel like that Sutton, you are starstruck. When you see Kyle Richards, y'all know how alright, so y'all know how there can be fangirls, okay? Super duper fangirls. And then there can be like low key trying to be professional, not trying to show that I'm a fangirl. Okay, I feel like that Sutton, I feel like that you're like low key, not trying to be, but you're being professional fangirl. Okay? That's how I feel. I feel like that you're low key trying to be fangirl. And it's not working for you at all. Like this is not a pick and choose, but your friendship with Garcelle is on the line. And I just wish that you could see it. And technically, yeah, last episode was their first fight. But there's a time for you to have fangirl vibes compared to, low key, who's been there, who has had your back type of mess. Okay? Yo, Toby's looking at me like, what the fuck, grandma? What the heck are you doing to your Toby? Mind your business. Grandma's over here still trying to grow some hair. Trying to make sure I don't have no receding headline. Not saying y'all that I do, I'm just saying. Come here, Toby, cause let's say then quit looking at me like you trying to come save me or something. Low key, Sunshine, I think that business wise you're good, but realize that the way how you're being a friend to the person who has your back has always had your back. Like, don't do that. Please do not do that. If you think that you're missing something from like being friends with Kyle Richards, I don't think that you're missing that much. I don't think that that you're missing too much. I don't know. Go talk to Lisa Vanderpump. Go talk to Lisa Vanderpump, and Lisa Vanderpump will tell you that you're not missing too much or nothing. Just to let y'all know, Lisa Vanderpump, y'all, she is willing to come back. But like she said, there's just a couple more people that just need to go. So yeah. I understand that y'all Lisa Vanderpump does not really need the money. If she wanted to, she wouldn't have to do what she's doing, but I do appreciate Lisa Vanderpump because she gives the idea of I want to lead in as the next generation, and if she's alive enough to lead in a whole new generation. So I do want to say that. As far as Boz goes, Boz, yes, you have money, sweetheart. Yes, you are the boss. You have wealth. You have made it known. But I want to say thank you for also checking Dorit, because this is what I do like about Boz. Okay, look here, Boz is like, hey, you're my friend, but if you're in the wrong, I'm still gonna check you. And she said, Dorit, Sudden apologized to you, but you said but when you should have just said thank you. There was no need to put any more emphasis on that part. Excuse me. I want to say thank you. The reason why is because you're teaching Dorit the meaning of an apology. When someone's apologized, you says thank you. You don't have to put a but. You don't have to put in your 2 cents. Just let it go. Garcelle, sweetheart, I'm going to need you to get on Sudden, because Sudden is the type of person to where she will apologize to you and then retract it. And she retracts it without even noticing it. And what I mean by that, y'all, Sudden sat down there and said, I'm sorry for what I said. I feel terrible about it. But she can say it one moment and then the next day turn back around and just slap him in the face. And if Sutton can do that to all of the women except you, Garcelle, and Jennifer Tills and Kathy Hilton, think about when things really get deep and bad. I want you to take that into consideration, because Sutton, we understand your past trauma, and I'm not downing that, but also consider that an apology needs to be sincere, and after it's said and done and sincere, try moving on. Just try it. Um, because remember that you can't beat a dead horse. And a lot of the arguing and stuff that these ladies are having, mainly Dorit and um I lost my train of thought. Mainly Dorit and Sutton, I feel like that they're rehashing out stuff. And yes, I will agree with Erica on this one something. When a woman is down, that's when you normally attack Sutton. If you're going to stand for women empowerment, sisterhood movement, I'm going to need you to stand 10 toes down. You set the example, you set the vibe. Remember that. You set the example, you set the vibe. And the example that you've been setting for the past 3 seasons hasn't been good. The way how these girls view you now, Sudden, I'm talking about Erica, uh, Kyle, Dorit, probably even Kathy, and yes, I'm gonna throw in Lisa Renault. I know. view you as someone who just attacks when a person is down. Can't do that. Therefore, they're calling you out as a consequence. And I'm even want to say, even Crystal Minkoff. Y'all remember that whole rodeo with Sutton and Crystal Minkoff? That there was a season after a season after a season, and an episode after an episode after an episode. So finally, they put an end to it, and they're finally friends. So you have to realize that words are powerful, and I'm the one that I'm. I know y'all might say Q, but you say a lot of. Yeah, I know. But I'm saying that words are powerful. Words. Let me rephrase this. Words can be powerful when it's aimed to hurt someone else. Understand that Dorit hasn't come for you, hasn't attacked you, but every season you pick out what someone else has done, whether it's Kyle and Mauricio, whether it's Dorit and PK, whether it's Erica and Tom Girardi, whether it was Lisa Rinna and her husband, whether it was Crystal Minkoff and her heritage or whatnot. You pick out these things. You choose to attack. I want Jennifer Tills and Garcelle Bouvet to be very careful because sudden once you lose Garcelle, it's gonna take a while before you actually get her back. That's something that you just have to remember. And it's about time, Garcelle, that you hold Sutton accountable for not having your back. I don't know what's going on in Sutton's mind or what's up with it, but I would like to one time have an interview with Sutton just to ask her, like, when you're rewatching the show and you see yourself acting this way, how does that make you feel? Or what are you thinking before you react? I get it that if you have a little fan crush on Kyle Richards, great. All right. I think we have all had a fan crush on Kyle Richards, Kathy Hilton, and her sister. Okay. But please do not attack women when they're down. If you say what you have told Erica before, I brought you something to help you get through the day. Don't say, "Hey, I'm there for you," and then you're not anymore. It's not right. My feelings when it gets down to Dorit are slowly changing. I feel like that Dorit Kemsley needs all of these women to rally around her, give her nothing but love and support as she's going through these times trying to now figure out her life. Was her life without PK? Because allegedly, from what I heard, Dorita's not staying in that big house that she was at before. That she's in a an apartment, and that co-parenting with PK is going really good. So I hope and I wish All of these women, nothing but the best. But son, I need you to do some soul searching. I'm gonna need you to pick up the phone and call a therapist or a counselor because I think that you're facing something or going through something that you don't want us to know, and that's okay. That's okay. But don't take it out on other women. Garcelle, I this is what I love about this whole season as soon as it started. And I'm sad that Beverly Hills is ending. Um this season like soon. The most thing I loved about this season was seeing how Garcelle and Dorit Kemsley were able to mend and try to begin a relationship. Even though it's still baby steps, at least her saying, "Hey, I've been through what you've been through and I'm here for you." And then for Dorit to say, "Really? Are you really here for me?" And then for her to go to Boz's morning little retreat and apologize. We never want to see a show at Standpoint. Bravo, we need to see these shows prevail. Let's try women empowerment. That's all I have to say about this. Y'all know I don't rate anything until after reunion. Um, let's talk about Married to Medicine. Oy, you know what? I'll come right back to Married to Medicine. I think I want to do a U-turn and a backflip. Let's go on to Atlanta Housewives. There is some drama cooking up. These newbies I like. These newbies are wealthy, hardworking women. But Kelly, ooh, she a firecracker. Regardless that her restaurant serves up waffles and chicken. You, sweetheart, I like you. Let me tell y'all something about Kelly. Kelly is short, but Kelly is a firecracker. Kelly, Kelly, love me some Kelly. Kelly, you are what I was looking for last season. Kelly is a firework on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay? She came asking Portia about her stealing her friends. Man, talking about Portia shouldn't have been stealing that lady's man. The reason why they get a divorce. And Portia's like, "You're who?" Okay, last name Kelly who? Okay. Uh, and your friend. Ooh, y'all. I'm gonna tell you something. This season gonna be hot. The these, you know, I'm gonna tell you something. Shamia is no one new. Now I love me some Shamia. All right, I will fangirl over Shamia, but I'm fangirl over Kelly. I mean, come on, Kelly. Like her inner. Let me tell you something. Kelly's energy is top tier, 100%. I love that girl. All right, Kelly is top tier. I love her. Um, her friend who is married, which Kenya talking about. So are y'all engaged? Or are y'all married? They married. Let me tell you something. That Kelly, your friend got a big ring. Woo! She got big diamond ring, and y'all know her. Y'all know that girl is got money. All right. I also want to say something about. I also want to say something when it gets down to Kelly. Kelly has kids, and her kids are top tier. I think the eldest is by someone else, but the other three girls, but the other three kids are top tier. All of her kids look like that. They got that mom who is just awesome and cool. And hey, every time she come up in the room, hey, hey. All right, now there's a girl. I haven't yet got all their names down, but I will, and I will have that down tonight when I write it down in my book. The book, yeah. The book. There's one who is married to a basketball player. I say basketball player, and Toby runs out. Hey Toby, come here. Yo, I got off alive earlier today. I scared Toby with the vacuum cleaner, and I was chasing him around. So yeah, right now, Toby kind of a little salty. He kind of mad, but he'll get over it. Okay, he's a lot of salty because I got him with the vacuum cleaner. All right. Hey Dakota, can you bring me my coffee that's in the brewer jug? I want to finish that off. You'll see there's a jug in there that looks like it's for coffee. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about that.
No. Oh, this first Starbucks one. I got it now. Sorry, baby girl.
What? It,
I know. Dakota's looking at me like, what the fuck?
bruh.
Mhm.
You'll be okay.
Yeah. I just need to not try to go to sleep. Um, Not saying I'm bored. It's y'all know I just got finished taking Benadryl. I want to say all these girls are top A. Portia, I commend you. I commend you because you wound up talking with Dennis about the whole thing about him working with Drew on music. First of all, Dennis, I didn't know that you were into music like that. I mean, y'all, I listened to some of Drew's songs, to Drew Sidor songs, and that stuff right there be having me dancing. Portia, don't mess that up. That right there's money. That's money coming for you and Flora for child support, sweetheart. Don't mess that up. Um, and Dennis basically saying, hey, you know, Drew's ex-husband is my best friend. I'm gonna do whatever I can to kind of like help him out. And Portia's like, what is this right here that you're her angel? And Dennis is like, it's probably because I'm there. I want to say this. Y'all tell me on there in the comment section. If your baby daddy is working with one of your friends and it is to make money, are you going to stop your baby daddy from working with your friend? Knowing that that's money that's being made for both you and your child and your friends also getting a piece of that money because they're making music, they're working together, or not? Technically, I'm like this. Money's money. You can work with my home. You can work with my homegirl, and you know, let's all get a piece of this pie. And understand this, Portia. The co-parenting that you have with Dennis is between you two. It has nothing to do with Drew. And if Dennis wants to film with Drew, he can. Y'all are not together. Remember who left who? Because when we met Dennis, he was the hot dog man. Remember that? Dennis was the hot dog guy. Okay, now that he has ventured out, he's grabbing more money. And you talking about, I don't give an F what they do. I don't care. They effing or nut. Yada, 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 yada. I just feel like that I've been giving her support. She needs to give me support too. If you need support from your friend, open up your mouth and say, hey, Drew, I know that you're going through stuff too, but as your friend, I know that there might be a possibility that you are working with my baby daddy. Can you not, use up all of Dennis's time because I might need him sometimes to come grab our kid so that our daughter doesn't see me have a mental breakdown. I wouldn't just be chopping it, chop it up like that. Like, what are we, y'all? Are we in kindergarten or what? Like, what happens to us using our words? Now, y'all follow me, okay? That's like me telling Dakota, hmm, hmm, hmm. And Dakota's trying to figure out what the fuck I'm trying to say. Like, what does mean? Are you saying that because it's yummy? Mm. Or are you trying to tell me something? Portia, Drew cannot read your mind. You're going through stuff that has the divorce part has nothing to do with Drew. If you needed a sorority sister, someone to stick by your side, you should have picked up the phone and said it. I don't see a problem with Dennis filming with Drew. I look at other reality TV shows outside of Housewives, like Love and Hip Hop. We have seen couples work with other couples, and sometimes it turns out being good or bad. All I'm gonna say is when it gets down to Stevie and Jocelyn, ain't nobody look here. That part should have never worked out. Um, because Jocelyn, I love you, girl, but when you were with Stevie, you were kind of a little loco. You were off the bonkers. That's me saying it. Okay, but now that you with your dude that you've been with, he's been taking care of your kid. Steven's been taking care of his kid. It's all full circle. Kudos. I don't see a problem with it. I look at Drew working with Dennis as something that happens in everyday life. You know, it y'all, it is what it is, okay? Shamia, you thinking that Drew is trying to get with Dennis, that's crazy. Because remember, everybody used to think that Shamia was Portia's, side. I'm not talking about side piece. I'm not talking about someone that Portia slept with, but like she was just like the side friend, the side chick, you know? So for you to be combative and then have her back, understand, Shamia, there were times to where Portia didn't have your back. Remember, Kenya used to look at you, Shamia, as being the help. You need to relook into your loyalty, sweetheart. This is good, y'all. You want some?
We could always.
Put some in a cup for you. You can have the rest if you want. Well, don't have all the rest, but go grab a cup, baby girl, and put some in there. I'll let you have some coffee. Yo, for ones who know and don't know, Dakota hasn't been having coffee like that, but ever since we kind of cut back on your coffee, you've been really good though.
We could order something from Starbucks for you.
Nah, I think after this, that I'm done with this coffee. Depending if I might need to go switch to hot coffee other than cold coffee. Um,
Not gonna say anything.
all right, leave me some. All right, I'm good with that. All right, thank you.
Mm.
Other than that, right now, the way how the show is at right now, I'm not gonna do a rating from 1 through 10. I'm gonna do a rating from 1 to 5. I'm gonna give this rating a solid 5. Okay, y'all know normally I don't do ratings until the reunions, but since the show started, I'm gonna give it a quick rating, and that's a 5. Okay, that's a 5. Kenya, sweetheart, I need to see more. I need to see a little more. Y'all know we love us some Cynthia Bailey. Cynthia, you were being a little shady to Drew, talking about if one of my friends were to get with Leon or Peter, ooh, child, I would be upset about that. Look here, we know that you still in love with Peter a little. You're not in love. You still love Peter, but I think that you still are a little in love with Leon. I do. Y'all, let me finish this real quick. Hold on. Woo. Let's just move on to a different show. Now let's move. Hold on. Before I move on, let me bag it up. Bag it up. Okay. Atlanta Housewives. You're about to have Phaedra Parks back, and I know y'all know this. I understand that last season y'all were still one of the top rated shows. Do not make this to where Phaedra brings down your ratings. And if Phaedra says that they needed Captain Save Somebody, that is a lie. That is a lie. That is a lie. That is a lie. How Phaedra got her butt back on your show was because Candy was not coming back, and also she was over there at Married to Medicine. So she behoovled, snoozled, slicked, slide, zigzag, and slandered her way on back to your show. Um, Kenya, Portia, Drew, Miss Kelly, and the other two. Don't y'all don't y'all have her make y'all look like no fool. Alright? Alright. Thank you. Whew. Now that that's being said, top on the Married to Medicine, alright? Y'all, for Married to Medicine, the season has ended. I'm being nice, which y'all know that I normally call sweet tea, bitter tea, but I'm being respectful because she does have some fans. And me and her fans can agree to disagree in the comments. Um, but I still personally feel that Sweet Tea, you were a fan. And when you and Dr. Greg got together, you were using Miss Quad because y'all, I love me some Quad. We're gonna talk about Quad in a minute. Uh, and you knew that Mr. or Doctor, well, he's a doctor, so Dr. Gregory wanted children, and you wound up sliding in his DMs, acting like that you never seen the show. Okay, that's what you did. Please understand this. You are not off limits for me calling you out. um, I want to say the way how the season ended, we already know what it is. Um, and my sis, who has a YouTube channel, Larger Curves, go check her out on YouTube. Um, she broke down some of this stuff yesterday on her live. So if you haven't watched it, I want y'all to go back and watch it. Um, because I'm about to kind of go into the same territory that she visited yesterday. Uh, so let's talk about this. Um, Territory that we're about to visit it's the whole ballroom thing, okay? And how these girls are. So I want y'all to remember something. That when Phaedra came back, Phaedra brought back Quad. Quad and Phaedra were friends, right? Okay. Yeah, hold on, I need to ask to go to something. Hey, I'm back. Sorry, I was asking Dakota what was all that noise outside. Because I'm thinking that was maintenance, but it's not. Um, as I was saying, it was Phaedra who brought back Quad. They were friends. I want y'all to understand this, and Larger, you did point this out. Pay close attention. Larger said that Phaedra is a snake, and she is. She is. Now understand this. When Phaedra got done using Quad, Dr. Heavenly chose to film with Quad. When things weren't going Phaedra's way, technically, Phaedra recruited some people to go to HR when she went to HR. Toya, Dr. Simone, Sweet Tea, Contessa. Okay. Dr. Heavenly heard about this, and Dr. Heavenly said that she will film with her. Y'all might say, well, where does Dr. Jackie fall in this? Dr. Jackie pretty much delivered the news to Heavenly. Okay? So you have I'm gonna call this large. I'm gonna call Phaedra, Sweet Tea, um, Contessa, Toya, and Dr. Simone. Did I get it right? Yeah. Phaedra, Toya, Dr. Simone, Sweet Tea, and Contessa. I'm gonna just call them the 5 minions, okay? The 5 minions wanted Quad off the show. And I'm this is what I feel, and I feel the same thing that you do, Larger. I feel like that these girls, which is Phaedra, Contessa, Toya, Sweet Tea, and Simone, are jealous of Quad's lifestyle. Y'all, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Yesterday, what Quad was in Brazil, and yesterday, our sis Larger Curve was saying, yeah, she's been flying out here, she's been seen there. Her life is good. She flew out to Miami and stuff like that, but you don't see Phaedra doing that, you don't see Toya doing it, you don't see Dr. Simone doing it, you don't see Contessa doing it. Um, I'm missing a person. Did I say Toya? I think I said Toya already. But you don't see the 5 minions flying out these places and living a good lifestyle. Do I think that they are jealous of Quad? Yes. Y'all talk about a show. We're talking about Married to Medicine, a show that Simone, remember you said that we are trying to uplift each other, that we're not trying to tear down anyone. I believe that you were the one who said that. But you're showing differently. Like the vibes ain't the same. Like, girl, come on. Like, are y'all there to upbuild each other or tear down each other? But y'all forever want to say that it's Quad who's the problem. It's Dr. Heavily who's the problem. They are not the problem people. I hate to break this to you. They're not the problem child in the family or the problem children in the family. Oh, my back is killing me. They're not the problem. I look at it like this: if you're looking at running to HR to get Quad fired again, quit trying to. I want to say this. Hold on, y'all. I want to say this. Quit trying to fix stuff with Quad if you're not planning on fixing things with Quad. Because how many more episodes are we gonna see with Dr. Simone and Toya sitting down to fix a relationship when Quad is not the problem? Dr. Simone, I need you to have several seats down. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, your boy DJ over sent me something I'm about to laugh at in a minute. On Facebook Messenger. She is not the problem. I'm gonna need Dr. Simone. I can do without you next season. Toya, even though you built this house, how long are you gonna stay in the house? Cause we know that you and Dr. Eugene be hopping from house to house. I'm gonna give you about a good 3 years in this house, and come the fourth year, prove me wrong that you still not up in the same house before y'all decide to move again. For a family that moves that much, y'all should just live in an RV. Get RV life, travel where you want to travel, be where you want to be. I mean, I'm just being honest. I can do without you, 12 next season. Sweet tea, I can do without you too. Because if your storyline is going to be, I want to be all up in Quad's face, it's Quad, 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 Quad. Do you know that there's a song that's called Hit the Quad? Hit the Quad. Yep, go type that on YouTube. Y'all go search out Hit the Quad. Every time, Quad, Quad, Quad. I want y'all to hit the Quad because look here, Sweet Tea, nobody wants Dr. Gregory. And Sweet Tea, you cannot tell me that you are not stalking Quad on Instagram. You cannot tell me that you're not envious of her lifestyle. Y'all give me a second. Yeah, I apologize. Wardrobe malfunction. As I'm sitting up here with y'all, I'm noticing that the ladies are trying to slouch down, and y'all don't need to see nothing. Y'all don't need to see no cleavage. Y'all can't tell, but I can tell. Um, understand this, sweetie. Nobody wants Gregory. Nobody's trying to get Gregory. I'm not going to say that Married to Medicine needs a full cast shakeup. I'm just trying to say, let's actually take out the troublemakers. Contessa, you can stay. You good. You safe. Quad is always gonna be safe. Dr. Heavenly and her husband safe. Um, Dr. Jackie, Dr. Jackie's safe, y'all. Dr. Jackie's the one, she's been trying to keep the peace. Give y'all just a, yeah, there we go. Um, but I really do feel like that it's time for Toya, Sweet Tea, aka Bitter Tea. I'm sorry to her. Look here, y'all. I'm sorry. One jab at a time, okay? And Dr. Simone, it's time for y'all just to go because you're really not bringing anything to the show, okay? Dr. Simone, nobody wants to see your man childs. And the reason why I say man childs, because you have sons and they act like that you're the maid. That you're supposed to come over, clean the house, pay the rent, and poor Cecil is kind of like, man, like when are these boys really gonna grow up? I'd rather you teach your kids how to be responsible young men off our screens. Because I feel, this is what I'm saying, I feel that yes, they are older. Yes, they can make their own decisions. But we have seen this episode, you and Cecil go over and clean up the apartment or a house or whatnot. Cecil, you're teaching your sons how to cook, which is good. But you're really not giving us that much into your life. And understand this, y'all. We don't need to see what's going on in their son's life. Remember, at one point in time, and this very has been many seasons ago, that Cecil and Simone Dr. Simone were at the breaking of their marriage. And then they worked things out and they're back together. But Dr. Simone, you're not fun anymore. You've been boring. And low key, you've been giving bully vibes when it gets down to Quad and Dr. Heavenly. The person who pushed Quad out the group, it was you, Toya, and I don't even think Dr. Jackie was on board, but she just went with it. And then Dr. Heavenly, you admitted, you were wrong for that, you were wrong for that, whatnot. I'm tired of this circle that you're doing. It's getting old, Dr. Simone. Okay, y'all. Normally they say with age comes wisdom. Dr. Simone, you might be in your 40s, maybe 50s. You ain't nowhere in your 60s. I already know that. But it's time for you to put age and wisdom together. Stop being part of the drama that you're really not, drama that you're just really bringing to yourself. I was about to say not really bringing, but that you're bringing to yourself. You know deep down inside that you want to be friends with Quad, but you need a villain, and Quad is not a villain. To- oh yeah, Toya, stop it. Toya, what do you do? What is it? Real estate, modeling agent. What do you do, Toya? Because we don't know too much about you either. We know what your husband does, but what do you do other than stir the pot? Because one minute you're a modeling, a personnel person, director. The next minute, music videos. The next minute, you're all these things. I'm gonna tell y'all this. If I had more than one career that I had to do, I would only want it. I would only want all benefits of the career that I want to do wrapped up in one. Wrapped up in one. Y'all might say, "Well, Q, what about you wanting to be a radiologist?" Y'all, college that costs money, and then for me to do that, I would need to go to community college. Community college costs money. Community college costs money. All that costs money, mama. But eventually I will get there. I might be like up in my 60s when I get there, but I'll get there. If it's God's willing, I'll get there. I'm just saying, Simone, what are you doing? Okay. Because we really don't know too much about you either. We know about this luxurious life that you have. We know almost had to sneeze there, y'all. We know about Eugene's work, what he's doing, but what about you? You're having all these different organizations. Are look here. Y'all already know this. Hold on. Oh yeah, I'm back. Whew. As I was saying, Toya, what do you do? I was about to say, y'all know DJ is the main provider here in our family. So yeah, like I understand if Eugene makes all the money, he's taking care of you and the kids. That's great. Like, but I'd rather you just say it. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, um, but Toya, I can see you. I can see you go bye bye. I'd rather you if they're not gonna nix Dr. Simone, Toya, and Sweet Tea, then let them come back as friends of the show. I'd rather them just come back as friends of the show and let that be that. Yeah, I'm not gonna give them a rating for this show at all. Um, as we saw that this last episode, Phaedra did not come to the party. Um, and Sweet Tea and Dr. Gregory had to leave early because Quad and King were coming. The way how he did that, I commend them, but not Quad, but um, Toya, the way how you did Quad, Simone, yeah, we just gonna put you over there with the snake Phaedra too, cause yeah, y'all can share the same bed together because talk about like Quad was being y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all this. Quad was being real. Quad said, "You don't have to choose me. You don't have to have me a part of your life. If you choose Sweet Tea and Gregory, that's fine, but you will not have me." That's some grown level woman stuff. That's some grown woman up leveled uh uh um classy stuff. You cannot say she didn't warn you. And you cannot say, as Dr. Simone, as you put was in a preview of the reunion, Quad, you always want us to be kissing your butt when you left. Yes, we chose Dr. Gregory and Sweet Tea. We chose yada yada yada. Now, if I were to say something else, then I would say I was wrong. Dr. Simone, learn when to shut your mouth. Because if you did what Quad did, you would not want to be crucified and burnt like that. You would hate it. Stop crucifying Quad. Okay? Stop it. Leave Quad alone. If you don't want to rock with her, you don't have to. You don't have to. When Quad gets on her first class plane or gets a private jet, yes, and gets whatever King decides to give her, you're jealous because it's not that you can't afford it. You're jealous because you want to be where she's at. That's what you're jealous of. You're jealous of her. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. Cecil, Dr. Simone, Cecil is the best thing that has ever happened to you. Y'all been married for a long time. Cecil is the best thing that has ever happened to you. And if you want what Quad has, you need to express that to your husband. Yeah. You need to express that to your husband. Let him know that what Quad has, you want it. And you cannot turn around here and be like, I can't do that because I got kids. Your kids are grown. Your kids are grown. And yes, just because your kids are grown, I know, Dr. Simone, you might be like, I don't want to leave him like this. I don't want to do X, Y, and Z. That's why you have trust funds, wills, and that's why you start off with having them do things as young adults, middle school through high school, ages 10 through a million years old. You cannot tell me, Dr. Simone, at the age of your eldest son, you are planning for him to call you, do X, Y, and Z. And this is my assumption. Because you seem like that you're that type of parent, hey, you better call me when you're going here, going there. You can't do that. If you want what Quad has, you and your husband make the money to do it. You just got to express it. That's it. If you want to go out to Dubai, you make the money. You and Caesar both make the money to do it. If you want to go traveling here and there, y'all make the money to do it. If that means, Caesar, that you gotta pick up some more jobs on the shift, homeboy, I know that you would do it in a heartbeat because you love your wife. For anyone asking, where's my notes from that? It's right here. Um, you make the money to do it. You cannot tell me that you're a gynecologist and you're not making the money. You're making the money. You are making the money. And a lot of y'all are saying you still, sis, you still got her, sis. Larger curves. Yeah, still go check out my girl Larger Curves. Um, I want you to understand that yes, Quad has the money. Quad is making her money here and there and loving it. King is making sure that he treats Quad like a queen. That Q stands for queen. I mean, yes, I'm cute, and of course I'm a queen of DJ. I'm DJ's queen. Hmm. But yeah, you and your husband make the money too. It's you not wanting it's up to you. You're the person who has to get up and spend the money to go right ahead and to make sure that these things happen. I'm like this, y'all. Other than be envious of someone, because it's so easy to envy someone, take out time for quality. Okay? Take time out for quality. Take time out for quality. And let's look at innovating yourself. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all. Understand that part. Okay? The mind setting to work is to provide for yourself and your family, but it's also to save. Sometimes you don't even have a dollar to even put away, which is fine. So you start off small, 20, 30, 40. Which, like I told you, I'm going to actually start doing that for us again. Because, yeah. Um, but yeah. Now, give me one moment to I'm going to go see if I have a mod available. Alright. Some of y'all might be like, dang, Q, we've been live going on like 2 hours. I know I told y'all we're just talking, but I am going into. I wasn't supposed to be going into details, but we are. Here we are. Okay. Um, but yeah, start off small. If it's too much, Doctor Simone, for you to do what Quad is doing, have backup money to do it. Uh, hold on, I forgot to do something. Okay, I'm back. But I do want to say, and Toya, if you and Dr. Eugene don't stop swapping houses like Wife Swaps, which was a TV show. I'm saying this. And this everybody's saying that Q, this house that they got built for them, they're gonna be staying in it, they're gonna live in it. This is their dream house. Once again, I'm gonna say this. We will see. I give you 4 years. Technically, I give you three, but come 4 years, we'll see what happens. Y'all know how Toya be. Toya said this is her dream house. This is what they always wanted, and then pop up and move. Pop, zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, y'all, Toya, y'all be moving more. Toya and Dr. Eugene be moving more than the Flintstones. Yabba dabba doo. Um, but yeah, I think that the reunion is going to give a lot of outlook, and then we're going to be able to see a little bit more. Phaedra's not going to show up on a reunion. We already know this. Andy, why did y'all just not pull Phaedra? Excuse me. Before she started all this CP. Okay, you should have already pulled her. And can I ask you, Phaedra? I mean, I'm just asking everyone in general, but Phaedra, what makes you think that Married to Medicine was low in ratings? I'm like now I'm like my sister larger. They were never low in ratings. Now, if the ratings have went down low, it's your fault, Phaedra Parks. It's your fault. You always play the victim. Once you're done with someone and you're through with them, you toss them out like they're garbage. No, no, no. Now you me- try messing up Atlanta Housewives. Everybody's going to call for you to be gone. What is that Mama D be saying? Um, what's that Mommy D Little Scrappy's mom be saying? Now be gone. There we go. Now be gone. I'm gonna pull a Mama D. Now be gone. Now, Drew. Real quick, I'm doubling back into to now watch. Now, Drew, if you were to work with somebody and Dennis, you were to go right ahead and to grab somebody to hop on Drew's one of her songs, I would grab Lil Scrappy. Yep, yep. And I would have Lil Scrappy do something on the album with you. But just be Drew, be careful, because Lil Scrappy got, you know, he got two baby mamas. Um Bambi done moved on, so I'm not really worried about you being with her. Erica, his first baby mama, she alright. She cool. She cool. She good. But we all know, Miss Erica, that you somewhere deep down inside still got love for Lil Scrappy. I'm just saying. Alright. Yeah. Crossing my fingers and hoping that this video uploads and we ain't got no problems. Okay. Internet, do not fail me. Because you failed me on my morning live and I'm still a little salty about that. Uh Matter of fact, let me get, hey Dakota, bring me your phone. Let me call your daddy. Cause that live that I just did this morning, it didn't upload and it's not StreamYard. And I want to make sure that this one uploads and it doesn't give nobody no errors. Cause yeah. For once, for about to say, you about to call DJ with eggs at work. Yes, I am. Yep, yep. Alright. I don't need them on speaker, baby girl.
Yeah.
Hey, babe. Babe, it's me. DJ. Okay, he's not able to hear nothing on. Hold on, y'all. I need. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. DJ couldn't hear me on Dakota's phone, so he called my phone, and we went right ahead and looked to see if the internet is working now. It is. He's thinking that there was maybe a glitch in our internet between 10 a.m. as I was live and as the ones like who were with me could be able to see, all the way into like 12 p.m. And he's like, babe, I'm sorry that you had to discard that live because it wouldn't play on my end and it wasn't playing on YouTube. It wasn't playing on YouTube right after live. So he's like, I'm sorry about that. You might have to restart doing it after like tomorrow, the morning lives, or Tuesday. Tuesday morning, y'all, we're still gonna have our lives, but DJ is doing a live Tuesday. All right. I forget that I don't have Dakota's phone set up to where I can actually go on the StreamYard on her phone. Yeah, there are other shows that we need to talk about, so let's just move on. Move on. Um, so yeah. There's another show that I want to talk about. Let's talk about Denise Richards' show. Okay. Earlier this morning, I was talking about y'all. We need to protect the youth. Her daughter, yes, I understand she had Narcan or narco on her. Narcan, Narcan, y'all, is what you stick in your nose, and it recesses someone who has OD. Okay, I'm not gonna say that she has it because she's doing anything wrong. I'm going to say that she has it just in case. And when Narcan was coming out, literally saw ads, y'all, when people were saying make sure that you have some Narcan on you anytime that you're going out because you never know whose life you're actually going to save. And I think that both Denise Richards and Charlie Sheen said, hey, you're going out, you're living this life, because you're still young. Have something on you other than condoms. Um, and I'm just saying I'm guessing this is what Denise Richards told her daughter and what Charlie Sheen also told, their daughter, just in case you need to save someone's life. And wait until the paramedics get there, you never know. I'm not taking this as she's doing anything because addiction runs in the family. I'm not taking it that way. And Mamir pointed that out. She's like, I'm scared. And Mamir, y'all, is one of my mods. I love all of my mods. Like, they are my family. Like, I'm gonna tell you that this whole thing is all love. It's all love. Um, I think that the anger that she has with her sister because her sister's still hanging out with her ex-boyfriend from what the little sister's like, he was my friend before he was your boyfriend and that shouldn't affect anything. Y'all, I look at that love that they have, it's like y'all love each other. Y'all just have to be like on the same page. Okay? Um and the protection, the way how she protects her sister. And when I say little, I know that Denise has three daughters. One is adopted, and the other two are by Charlie Sheen. I'm talking about her youngest one that she has with Charlie Sheen. The love that she has for her little sister, um, speaks volume because her look here, this stalker ex that you know um that the little sister has, blowing up her phone, calling from different numbers. She's like, do basically like, hey, do I need to handle this? Because I don't play when it gets down to someone messing with my sister. And she even said it in a confessional. It doesn't matter like how angry or upset that I get with my sister. Regardless, like I want to protect my sisters. Like we can have problems, all that, but that does not matter. That does not matter. Look here, that is still my sister. And she knows that if she ever needs me, or someone's messing with her, she can always call me. But I do want to say this to you, young lady. Be be a better you than you were yesterday. Cause I know that you love your sisters, both. Um, but you and your sister used to be so close. So you really can't throw that away over some guy and say, eventually I'll get over it. Like you are beautiful, you are smart, you are intelligent, you're worthy. And your sisters, they look up to you. Regardless that you're right now being what some people call a rebel, and your sisters being a saint, saying saint because we're all sinners, um, does not mean that y'all can't get along. There's somewhere that y'all can each like meet each other in the middle. So yeah. The way how Denise parents her daughters, I love it. The way how her husband Aaron is, he's like, yeah, I'm just trying to stay out of it, but he loves her kids like that's his. And their youngest child that they have together that Aaron adopted, um, and Denise adopted, um, she is so. I'm gonna use the word unique. And I'm pretty sure that there are things that their daughter does that just shines. And not all the time people shine with a camera in their face. And I want to say this because Denise Richards, she said it. Um, she said my daughter, she doesn't have autism. She has something else, but she's like there's not a specific name for it. She's like, but she's who she is. She's wonderful. She's beautiful. And Denise, I commend you on that. I commend you. Ashley, hey Cody,
We
a quick question. On your Nintendo, I know that you have some games that are free, but is Super Mario one of them?
remember correctly, I don't think it was.
Alright, I was just asking. I know a lot of y'all might ask, why are you asking? Are you trying to play on her Nintendo? Maybe. But I told DJ that I do want a Nintendo Switch. I do. Um, but yeah, y'all. I want to say that a lot of people are saying that her show seems to be slow. I think that's right on beat. Um, because remember Denise Richards' show used to be on E, and then Bravo picked it up. So I'm gonna say right now it's on B. We got this. Um and Denise is just vibrant. I feel like that Denise is the epitome of parents that are allowing their children to live. If that makes any sense. Like she is the epitome of parents just trying to allow their kids just to make it. Like she is that fun parent, but she's also that, mom that's don't you do that, that's your sister, you know. Yeah. She just gives me that type of parent vibe. Like she's a cool parent, but she's also wants her kids to like make it. And I like the whole thing when it got down to, her daughter made a OnlyFans a OF page, and then she got on it. She made one to support, and she started doing her stuff. And to me, it was just awesome. It was just awesome. Hey, Coco, Dakota, I want to use her phone one more time. Let me see your phone one more time, baby girl. Are you on it?
Uh,
Oh yeah. Because like mom needs my phone more times than a little bit. I just want to borrow her phone just to get the girls' names. We got the beat, we got the beat. Yeah. I wonder if that actually was a problem too, y'all, because it looks like my 5G is like going in and out, and I didn't pay attention to that this morning. Sorry, you looking at me like mom. Uh, alright, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, you had a warning on there, so I did the whole antivirus thing to do a quick scan. You gotta keep up with that sometimes, baby girl.
the AVG virus automatically does it.
Okay.
That's the antivirus thing,
Okay.
but there's also
Alright.
along with
AVG. Okay. Let me just go on Google. Cause y'all, I be using Google. Sorry.
there's only one Google.
I know, and it's somewhere. Her phone's got Chrome, and I got what? Charms? I don't know what I got on this phone. Um. We'll take your position. Okay, so we have Sammy, Eloise, and Lola. And Eloise is the one who um has a disability, and she's so, yeah, she's sweet. And the reason why I say she's sweet, you can look at her and be like, wow. Um Sammy, she is the one who we call the rebellious one. But like I said, I really don't think that she's rebellious. And then Lola is the one who everybody's like, she's the saint. And she's the one that's devoted to God and all that. I believe that Sammy and Lola will be just fine. And yeah, Sammy's 21 and Lola is 19. So you gotta look at it, it's big sister, little sister type of rivalry. Um, Hold on, Denise Richards, you're only a year younger than my mom? That's not bad. Okay, and what Beverly Hills, when it's down to Garcelle's son, we're talking about, it's Jax who bullied. It's Jax who was bullied by Erica. And no, y'all, we do not see him. We see her son Jade and Oliver. Um, but yeah, there there is a show that's coming out, and we were talking about this earlier. Um, and it's called Polly Family. And this airs April 28th. Once one, let me see images. This is the cast for Polly Family. Okay. Now, when I type in Polly Family, the definition to Polly Family, a polyamorous family structure where multiple adults are parents, where multiple adults share parenting responsibilities, romance, relationships with the same. Uh, I'm reading this off of AI, y'all. This is okay. Same children often involving, okay, romantic relationships with the same children often involving four or more parents. There's a difference between polyamor and polyfamily. Okay. Um, polyamor. Polyamor is the practice of engaging in romance with multiple partners with the informed consent of all involved. Polyfamily, a polyfamily is a family structure that extends the conception of polyamor to parenting where multiple adults share responsible of raising children. Okay, there is a difference. This gives an example. An example. The example is a common example is polyquad family, where four adults share parenting responsibilities and romantic relationships. Okay. Um, for ones who said, why did it say with the same children? Because all right, so in this TV show, actually, let me grab names. So we have Alyssa, which is her. Tyler, which is this guy. Shane, which low key he kind of reminds me of Cody Brown. Um, and then I think her name is Tay, which is this girl. Okay, she doesn't know if Shane or Tyler is the father of her other two children, and I think she doesn't know who's the father of the baby that she's having. But eventually she will get a DNA test or something like that. Y'all need to check it out. Um, hold on. Okay. Um, I was just trying to make sure on Dakota's phone I was still alive. Um, so you have um Tay, you have Alyssa, you have Sean, and then you have Shane, my bad, and then you have Tyler. They're all in this quad quadruple polygamy like relationship. These two guys share the same woman, but the women that they share, they're actually married to. If that makes any sense. So I want to watch it. Some of y'all might think, oh, Q wants to be in a poly relationship. No, I don't. Dakota will tell you I do good enough to handle her daddy's personality. Think think about Dakota. Think about if you have more than one mommy. It's like you have me, and then me and your dad invite like another girl up in here, and you're having to deal with also her personality, and all three of us are on our cycles. You the show them your face.
Me, you, and then
Look at your face. You're like shocked. Like what the fuck?
yeah, apparently God would have a sense of humor
No,
where biological time clocks are actually synchronized.
no, Dakota. If that ever happens, you better slap me and say, "Mom, let's look here. Call Gigi. We up out of here. Take me to
Oh.
take me to Houston. Timmy Chains all day. Chinese food all time. But
Mm, or I could end up having a Starbucks mom.
scratch that shit. I'm not gonna do it. This. I'm not gonna do it.
Do what?
Dakota. 5, 4, 3,
You
2. I won't come be a tickle monster in a minute. That's what. Hey Cody, think about this in perspective. Come here for a second. Come sit down for a meanwhile. Think about if. Come sit down right here. All right. Think about if me or dad ever did decide, which we're not putting out there right now. We're not a polygamous family. We'll never do that. But hypothetically, just think that if it was me, you, and you had a second daddy because mommy's like, oh yeah, let's try this, but let's bring in another guy. It means that you have one mommy and two daddies. What one dad says yes to Starbucks, the other one says no. So DJ would say no, while the other one says yes. You would be like, I don't know what to do with that. Mommy help. What do you think about when? Because I know that Dakota sees me do these shows. What do you think about me doing these shows? Hmm? Oh, honestly, I'm curious, y'all. Do you like that I have a hobby to do other than bug you?
Mm.
Because YouTube is something I like doing. It's a hobby. It's fun. Or you just miss us going on our walks.
We haven't been out on a walk since the foot was injured.
Yeah, I know. But all right. So all technicality, it's not my fault. Okay. Her dad always asks us where are y'all walking to. Excuse me. And if I say I'm walking,
It's not your fault.
and anytime I say, look here, I want to walk to the gym. Dakota, get your clothes ready. I want to walk to the gym. It's too far for you to be walking to the gym and back again. Babe, I know it's like a 30, 40, 50 minute walk. Excuse me, y'all. Whatever. Me and Dakota has done this walk to where, yes, starting back walking at distance does get challenging, but we always do make it. Also, This this adult child does cost money. Remember, she's got to be fed, fun time, and I ain't got no money. And right now, baby girl, we're kind of tight on funds. Um, Normally, y'all, I would keep our ARS card filled, but I haven't been doing that. So I guess I can put $10 on the ARS card when Daddy gets paid. Okay, and maybe sometime by July we can go to ARS. And $30 to be put on the card. Okay. Okay, Chipmunk.
Luffy, but
Oh shit! What? Hold on. What is that?
angry bunny rabbit.
um, have you been watching any shows, Dakota?
Uh, this
Not this, but just any shows in general. Like, have you been watching any movies?
hi
Toby, I can't get you.
hi hi.
Toby,
What?
I can't get you to sit still enough for Toby time. Oh, yeah, I'm over here trying to figure out where my nose ring is at.
No, I think you want some more food.
Hold on. Alright, my nose ring is right here because I took it out. I'm like, where's my nose ring at? Hey, Dakota, don't be mad. I watched Moana 2 without you earlier this morning around 12 a.m.
You did what?
I watched Moana 2 without you.
And you're asking me not to get mad?
No, I'm serious, I did.
Why?
Cause me and Daddy, alright, so let me explain, okay? Picture this. Alright, it's like 11 p.m. Me and Daddy, we getting nice and cozy in the bed, okay? Daddy wraps his arms around me. I'm still up, okay? So I turn on Disney Plus and I watch Moana 2 without you. You know, to kind of just help me just relax. I'm being serious. It's a good movie. We can still watch it together. I'm not gonna like give any spoilers. But don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. I won't give you any spoilers. No spoiler alerts.
I might plot something.
You can't plot shit. Toby, hush.
I don't know. Koreans can make up a lot of plans.
Guess what? Quiet ass. You don't have to worry about getting nothing all next month in April. And your stocking for this year's Christmas, you'll get nothing but coal. And I don't mean chocolate coal either. I am the Grinch.
Someone else's.
I'm still the Grinch. And if you don't get any presents for Christmas, it's because you plotted against your mother. That might say cute.
You saw it?
Yeah, look outside. It could be nothing. Yo, if I took Dakota to Dunkin' Donut, got her some donut holes, she'll be fine. Why is it that when I say donut holes, he stopped and you didn't? All right, y'all. Let's talk. Let's talk. I'm trying to figure out which direction do I want to go. Cause I kind of just broke down the whole thing when it gets down to polyfamily. Um, and no offense, but AI, I need you to correct something other than where it says romantic relationship and children. Can we refrain from that? Can we say at the end of that romantic relationships? No, it said romantic relationship with children. Can we say romantic relationships and children because they share children? Is no different than being a poly family. Can we do that? Like, come on. Okay, y'all. We're gonna go over some TLC shows that I am not going to be reviewing. It hasn't been made official or anything, but everybody is assuming that the next season of Welcome to Plattsville will be the last season. All honesty, y'all know that I reviewed this last season. It's a no for me. I'm not covering it again. No, 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 no. I did watch Mama's Boy or I Love a Mama's Boy. This season it was good. Would I watch it again? Maybe. That's all right. Um, shows that I'm not gonna watch again. I think it's called Unexpected. Even though that show has already been ended for like seasons ago. Um, I feel like that these girls are where they actually need to be in life. Like this is not. I understand that TLC was trying to bring us something like Teen Mom, but understand that these young girls they are living their best life. Some have social media, others don't. Okay. Uh, what other shows? My was it my 1,000 pound, my 600 pound something sister, or whatever shows those weight shows. I'm not watching that. I can't. My 1,000 pound sister. I'm not watching that. I love the ladies on there. I love Amy and them. Great show, but I'm not watching it again. I can't. Um, and I wish them nothing but the best. And the same thing with all the other shows. Like I wish y'all the best. Love y'all, but I cannot sit up there and review it. It's just not gonna happen. There is a show, I think it's called it's something like Cougar or something like that. It starts with a C. I'm not watching that. Not watching it. I'm not it should ain't happening. Um I am going to say this, and it is a disclaimer. If, and I'm saying if this is the last, if season 20 is the last season that we get of Sister Wives, I am happy. I am fine. I am content with it. Cody, not talking to you, baby girl. I meant Cody Brown. Cause y'all have to forgive me. Dakota does go by Cody or Coda. Um, but Cody Brown, stop trying to seek new sister wives. We don't want to see you and Robin Brown. Okay? We done. We don't want to see that. There's a show on TLC that's called Seeking Sister Wives. I'm not watching that. TLC, where do you find these men? Because some of these men act like Cody Brown. Except that one guy and his wife, and she's like, "Do you think that I want to go to work? I would love to stay at home." I mean, yeah, I only watched this bits of it, but yeah, I'm not watching that. But going back to Sister Wives, if this is the last season of Sister Wives, I am fine with it. If season 20 is the last season that we get of Sister Wives, I am fine with it because we are on season 19 right now. What I want to know in season 20, the clips that I want to see, TLC, listen up. We want to see the money. We want to see Janelle and Mary get their end of the deal of the land. We want to see Janelle get paid back for Robin's um the money that, yes, I want to say, Cody, you owe Janelle the money because Janelle was the one who paid off Robin's debt. She's owed that. And Mary, if I were you, I would go back to that divorce lawyer or find you a different divorce lawyer and say, yes, I'm legally divorced to him, but still I should still be compensated. And let that lawyer know that you walked away with nothing. There should be some type of way, Mary, that you go and that you're compensated still for emotional damage. Even though the judge and the jury is going to say, well, it's the opposite way around. Excuse me, judge. Even though they were not legally married, if you look back through the seasons, you can tell that it was emotional damage, regardless of the infidelity. Emotional damage. Janelle, you got a whole case, sweetheart. You got a whole case, and I want you just to add stuff because realize that Cody is always going to try to get what's yours, Mary's, Christine's, because he's got to support Robin. Robin, who is into American Dolls. Yeah. Which, thank God, Dakota. When y'all, we did a video. It was on a live that I did. And I looked up American Dolls. You can find some American Dolls for like $9. Robin, if you don't take your butt to Walmart and grab you a $9 American Doll, other than spending six, seven, $800, nearly $3,000, times that one a doll in this collection, I know that I'm a Batman fanatic. I have a the where the Christmas stuff goes. I have that closet and that top upper shelf. It's dedicated to my Batman stuff and some of DJ stuff. Okay. I'm gonna say this to any collector. Robin, just because you are buying it and it worth that much, don't think that it's gonna sell that much. And all them paintings between you and Mary, y'all team up together. Y'all got a full case. Blast forward when it gets down to Robin. When it gets down to Cody and Robin. Yeah, I'm about to take out to my closet. I'm about to just. I'm about to. Actually, you know what? We'll do this in a separate video. I'm going to literally show y'all our closet. Okay, my closet isn't completely filled with Batman stuff because y'all know I had to take a break. But also, I want y'all to understand the Batman stuff that I do have. I am actually going to be adding to that because I'm in the zone of completing um each one that has a series. So each Funko Pop or whatever does have a series that goes to it. I'm going to finish the series of that. I need to get started with that. So we might do after like tomorrow. We can do Q's Batman's collection. Um, but one of my collector items is no longer a collector, it's a personal collection because let me tell you why. Because I took it out of the wrapping. I am going to spend. I think now the back card that I have that I want to get a new one just for a collector's item. It's like $60 now. Um, and they're just like when this one sell, but also it's like $80. Um, I'm going to get another one and I'm going to keep it in the paper. I mean, I'm going to keep it in the plastic wrap. But there are back cards that I do want. Now, technically, who has more plushies than me is Dakota. Even though I have a bag and maybe more. Like one of my bags fills up like my plushies. um, hey Cody, quick question. I know we donated some of your plushies, but how many bags do you still have full of plushies? I'm just curious. You want to go look real quick? I'm just saying, Robin. Yes, we collect, but you can collect and still collect things on a budget, sweetheart. You ain't gotta go spending like that. And Cody, understand that Christine's gonna come after you with child support, which the judge and stuff like that. All that's still going on, y'all. That case is still going on.
Uh, I see one, and I think that one has on my Beanie Bros along with a few others.
Okay. So we did when we went through your plushies the first time. We got you donated a lot, which is good. So y'all, before some of y'all dive into DJ and I, the reason why we had Dakota donate some was because Dakota still does get plushies, but she doesn't get them as often. And even Dakota wanted to donate some of her plushies. And then some of her plushies she gave to her little cousins. So yeah. And plus it's easier to commute when we're traveling. Understand this, Dakota still has a bed full of stuffed animals and plushies. It's not like that's killing her now. Um, but yeah. I'm gonna say this, Robin, you don't have to spend millions of dollars talking about plushy, plushy. Like, no, you ain't gotta do that. Like, Lego. Like, come on. Um, you and Cody need to learn how to reserve money. And also, you need to learn as a mom to let your older two girls go. Let your daughters go and explore life without you having to be there. This is what I learned from my grandma, my mom, and a lot of you parents might say, "Q, you're around this." I understand that it's hard for you to let go of the reins because you want to protect your kids. There's you protecting them, overprotecting, and just being a flat right out narcissistic. You're all three, Robin. I feel like that your girls can't think for themselves. They have to ask to eat, drink, what church to go to, what boy to date, and it all has to fit in your perfect world. Don't do that because realize the relationship that you have with your son, it's not right. It ain't cool. I mean, you don't even have a relationship with your eldest son. Like, don't get it to where your eldest daughters don't want that relationship. That's all I'm trying to say. Um, we're gonna move on from that show because I'm not going. I already went in depth in it. So yeah. If you're asking Q, why are we? You're being a little bit more transparent with Dakota. I like talk. Like I said, Dakota's gonna be here, y'all. Like regardless, like she gonna be here. And I do try to involve her a lot. Not a lot, but as much as I can. Uh, there are a bunch of other shows on TLC that I'm not going to cover. A lot of y'all cover different shows. I'm not. Will I cover The Real Housewives of New York? For all right, now we're going into Bravo. Will I cover The Real Housewives of New York? No. I've never been a Real Housewives of New York fan. Um, so I'm not going to cover it. Will I watch it? Not really, because it's not my thing. New Jersey, I will watch. The Real Housewives of New Jersey, I will watch. I will cover it. Um, I do want to get into watching um The Real Housewives. I think it's called The Real Housewives of Brazil or something like that. There are other housewife shows that I want to get into watching. Um, so that we can get caught up on that. There are other shows like TV shows that I want to watch because I finally got into watching Shy off of Paramount, and I love it. Yeah, I'm over here. I'm looking at the time. It's 6:40. Y'all come with me into the kitchen. This fair is not cooking with Q because Q is not cooking today. Um, this is your man's about to be home. Like I don't know when. And yeah, yo, I'm looking at the time. Like, oh, Dita's supposed to like be coming home, but nothing's taken out because I didn't take out anything. All right, y'all. See what's in the oven. Make sure. So yeah, I'm just going to heat up what we had yesterday. We're gonna call it a day. Oh. Am I the only person who wishes that they had somebody else to cook tonight? I mean, I'm not saying that DJ doesn't cook, y'all, but I'm just saying, other than it being me, y'all know, and it's going to be me and DJ that turn around here and eat too, because it's just going to be one. We also are saying choose the broccoli waters before we put up any fruit. Before we put up any fruit, any veggies, any fruits, we always do wash. So yes, yeah, we do have a cutting board. I'm just not taking out the cutting board. Well, yeah. Also, another show. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing a show. Like one of my favorite shows, like I'm missing. And your girl cannot think. Yeah, I'm also want to use some stones because those things right there. It's good for you. Excuse me. Is that all the shows? Let's see. Other than that, y'all. Um, Oh no, there is another show. My bad. Oh, see. So I will be covering the Real Housewives of Orange County because my favorite, one of my favorites, is coming back, and it's freaking um what's her name? Gretchen. Gretchen's coming back, so I'm happy. And plus, I want to see the whole thing about Tamara walking out. Um, so yeah, I'm kind of like this, Tamara. Why are you walking out now? For ones who are watching this later, I apologize for the live earlier. You know, your girl had to call up her man on during the live, during this live, and he thinks that there was a power outage. What's wrong to him? Like during it, so don't worry. Don't worry, we'll have another live tomorrow. Yo, if I don't come back tomorrow, it's probably because I'm also exhausted. As y'all can tell, I said I'm fine. Yeah, I'm gonna leave these other two heads of lettuce for me for later on. Um, ones who asked us to eat veggies, no, you did not. So you a bad boy. You don't eat no veggies. Um, for ones who know, when you need a quickie for a seasoning, as far as I forgot to spray the veggies or some butter spray to help the seasoning kind of stick. That right there's y'all just my opinion on it. I mean on how many you're supposed to season what for veggies, but um mm, for a little sodium, for a little bit of sodium, a little bit of lemon pepper. All right, we need to stop talking about food. I gotta get. When you said y'all, we will do cooking with Q, so things don't seem like that's going so fast. Um, yeah, I'm gonna end it here because like I feel like we talked enough. We've been on here for 3 hours, and yeah. And y'all wanna know what's crazy about this morning is that the live, like we had people on the live. Like it was popping. So I don't know. But I love y'all. Stay nice, stay saucy, stay great. And remember that you can do anything that you set your mind to. So always keep that at heart area. Love you. Bye.